Hi, it's Drew here. Today I want to talk about another scam that I've been seeing happen quite a bit lately with PayPal. And there was a specific example that came up just recently. Somebody reached out to me on our Facebook chat. And so I kind of helped them through this live and made sure that they didn't fall prey to this. So decided I should do a video on it and make sure everybody can kind of learn from this as well. So this scam is related to the PayPal friends and family method of making payments. So to kind of set that up and help understand why this works and how the scammers are able to kind of utilize this, let's talk about the different types of payments. With PayPal, you can receive a payment for goods and services. I should say send or receive a payment for goods and services, or you can pick friends and family. So when you go into PayPal, if you manually send a payment, for example, it'll give you the option, again, of goods and services or friends and family. And you can choose either one. Now, obviously, if you're paying for something, a physical good or a digital good or a service of any kind, then you should choose goods and services. Friends and family is really used for exactly that, friends and family. If you're just trying to exchange cash between people that you actually know and you're not really buying anything, maybe you're just splitting dinner or paying somebody back for something that you owe them directly, then you can send cash with PayPal, friends and family, and there won't be any fees taken. So that's where one of the kickers of this whole thing comes in. The scammers like to use that, and we'll come back to that. But first, let's again split between those two. You got goods and services, friends and family. With goods and services, you're gonna have, if you're the seller, you're gonna have protection, PayPal seller protection. And as long as you follow the standard procedures for that, we've got some other videos that'll cover that in more detail. Of course, PayPal has documentation on that. As long as you follow the standards, you're gonna have protection as a seller when you receive a payment for goods and services. And you're gonna pay a fee for using PayPal to process that payment to generate revenue. Now, if you're buying something with PayPal, and again, you're doing this with goods and services, now if you're shopping on a website through a buy now button or a checkout system, anything like that, you're not gonna have to select this. It just happens automatically, goods and services. The only way you can really pay for something with friends and family is to actually do it on purpose. Go to your PayPal account, you send that payment manually through the manual steps, and you specifically choose friends and family. But again, if you're just buying something online or if you're buying something goods and services, you're gonna have buyer protection in place, just like the sellers will have seller protection. So there's protections on both ends, and again, the receiver of that payment, or the seller in this case, would pay PayPal a fee for using their system to process those funds. So let's take a closer look at friends and family again. The idea is you're paying people that you know for something that isn't a business transaction of any kind. So that's why there's no fees as long as you pay with cash, so that's PayPal funds or bank account funds of some kind, then there's gonna be no fee. Now, along with that, there's no recourse if you need to dispute that payment for any reason. So if you send somebody money, friends and family, and you're expecting to get something delivered and that thing does not get delivered, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't file a dispute. All of the policies and everything state this clearly. That's not what friends and family is intended to be used for. So even if you did receive your item and PayPal found out you were doing this, they could close your account and kick you off the platform because it's against their policies and procedures. So you really just shouldn't be doing it anyway, but it's also just not safe unless you actually know the people that you're dealing with. So that's kind of where the scam comes in. So let's dive into that. How do scammers use this to their advantage? Well, I was talking to somebody just recently, and they were telling me that they were gonna buy a Fortnite account. And I see this a lot. They were chatting with this person online. They'd even befriended them, become pretty close friends with them. And they'd offered proof that they own this account and can sell it to them. And they really insist that they send the payment with friends and family. And the reason that they'll give is because it can save them a fee, and then they can maybe sell the account to the person a little bit cheaper. They also might claim that you'll get access to the account faster because with friends and family it's cash and they'll get the money right away. There won't be any pending payments or anything, and then they can deliver the account right away. So there's a lot of stuff incorrect in that sort of statement, but that's exactly, they try to use that to guide people to go ahead and do friends and family. So this person had this all set up. He was about to do it. I kept telling him, no, just don't do it. If you're gonna buy something like that, first of all, that person selling it to you should send you a PayPal invoice. It could be that easy. And then you just get the invoice. On the invoice, it should say exactly the line item of what you're buying. And when you pay that invoice, you'll have buyer protection behind that. You can even pay with a credit card as the funding source and get some extra protection. But when you pay friends and family, you don't have any protection. So in this case, I kept telling the person, ask the guy to send you an invoice. Have him set up a pay button on his website. Have him send you a basic money request. Or send him the money, but do it. I wouldn't recommend this, but if you do send it directly, make sure to choose goods and services and type in there what you're expecting to get in return. And that way, if anything goes wrong, you can follow the buyer protection procedures, and in most cases, you can get your money back. So after a lot of back and forth, I was able to get this person to kind of see that with the guy offering to sell this Fortnite account, he was refusing to send an invoice, he was refusing to do a button, he just kept insisting to do friends and family. And so he backed off. And I would highly recommend that for you as well. Just if you're ever buying something, don't use friends and family. Only use that if you're dealing with your true friends and family and you're just covering each other's funds. Because, again, the odds, if you're dealing with that, think about this. With PayPal, if you pay for something, friends and family, and then later you try to dispute it, they're just going to say, well, you knew the person. He's your friend or your family. You go deal with that yourself. What'd you pay him for? Did you split dinner? What is he? What? They don't have anything to do with that. You didn't buy a good or a service. You're not expecting a piece of merchandise or that service to be provided. You just are exchanging cash between friends and family. There's no dispute there to happen. The system isn't designed for it. There's no credit card company that's going to cover that. That's just not how those things work. So that's just one perspective to think about it. And this happens with a lot more than Fortnite accounts. I see this all the time with just general merchandise, watches and shoes and purses and software or other games besides Fortnite. There's all sorts of stuff. Basically anything that somebody tries to sell you, if they insist for you to use friends and family, giant red flag, don't do it. If you follow that rule, you'll be just fine and you'll get all the protections whether you're on the seller side or the receiver side. Again, follow the standards there and you'll be good to go. I hope this was helpful. If so, please hit that thumbs up, give it a subscribe, and hit the bell, all that good stuff. This can really help share this information and help all your actual friends and family kind of learn this. Let them know how to catch these things and avoid getting caught in this web. It's not fun for anybody that does. And the best thing we can do to fight it is to share the knowledge and help everybody understand what's going on and how to avoid this. So that'd be appreciated. Thanks a lot. Be safe.